What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I don't know what the crossover audience is for Barstool and my viewership, as a lot of my viewers couldn't care less about sports ball. But I know that my viewers do care about cancel culture, and they do care about slimy journalists who are looking to make a name for themselves by lying, in particular by creating heinous lies about powerful men. This is an extremely common thing in the media that almost never goes checked. Now, I'm not saying there aren't bad guys out there. There certainly are. I'm not saying that Dave Portnoy has never done anything bad, because I don't know the guy. But what I do know is this hit piece that was put out was complete and utter fabrication. And Dave, somebody near Dave, needs to really convince him strongly to litigate. We know that there was financial damage now. The big thing with libel, from what I understand, you have to prove damages, which they did. They lost sponsors. Although slap, anti-slap, I'm not a lawyer. If he can, he should litigate. If he can't, then he should continue to drag these losers. There's an article put out on Fox. And here's the thing. I don't know Dave's politics. I don't think he's ever said anything overtly very political. I assume he's fiscally conservative. But what's interesting is the left-wing media doesn't want to give a voice to him. Even if they think, even if, let's give him the best case scenario, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, even if they think he's telling the truth, they wouldn't dare go against another one of their left-wing media outlets, and a chance to make a man look bad. And, you know, to be honest, it's one particular type of man that the media loves to dump on. This article via Fox: Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy on Thursday meticulously picked apart the insider hit piece published last week that the media, they accused the media mogul of having fun with women who regretted it afterwards. In what was billed as an emergency press release, Portnoy spent roughly an hour speaking on a live stream while standing in front of an empty water cooler with a Barstool mug holding his microphone. He had promised to present a comprehensive review of the entire piece, but nothing but facts and proof during the heavily promoted online events. They're just sloppy, he said of an insider as he began to walk viewers through the multiple exhibits, including months-old emails from the messages from reporter hack Julia Black and people she reached out to for the hit piece, and other sources that Barstool founder said that proves bias against him. Well, when they don't, you know, modern day journalists don't actually report the news because they found that it's more reliable and more profitable to create the news. This is something Dave is keenly aware of, I'm sure. But all of my viewers too, we understand how this goes. He writes, or he says, I want to sue them. I want to sue them. I want to sue their rears, he said, and adding that lawyers have told him major media companies need to prove malice and rarely win such cases. That's, from what I also understand, to be correct. They just hate me. They're the same group of people that have hated me for the last 20 years. They found nothing, and they still effing wrote it. We continue to stand by the story, an insider spokesperson told Fox News Digital following the Portnoy video. Now, I'll tell you this. One thing that Dave might need to understand, and if he's as vindictive as I am, I think he might even be more, is that even if he doesn't win the lawsuit, dragging them to court for 7 months could bury their company in financial ruin. Sometimes it isn't about a big payout, but it's about making a statement. And while they may be able to turn around and retrieve those legal fees, I don't know. That happens rarely in the United States. The story rattled off various controversies that had surrounded the polarizing Barstool founder over the years before detailing its investigation. That's what we call poisoning the well, by the way. Insider spoke to more than 24 people with direct experience with Portnoy, some women as young as 19. So, 19 is an adult, right? Portnoy provided what he considered evidence to debunk the claims, which he, in my opinion, easily did. What also is interesting is a lot of the emails that he dropped today. So Business Insider was diving into my hookup life the last 8 months. New York Magazine was also simultaneously working on a toxic workplace feature. Both features started at the same time, both seemingly designed to drop within days of each other. Tweet thread, yeah. It appears to be a coordinated 1-2 punch designed to ruin my life and KO Barstool once for all. First hit them with these spurious allegations, and then, when he's done, come over the top with the toxic workplace story. What New York Magazine didn't count on is that I would destroy the Business Insider piece within 72 hours. Now, the author of the New York Magazine hit piece, who is literally friends with every blue checkmark loser who hates us, has been hung out to dry. He needs me for his article, or else it's DOA. 8 months of creeping in my shadows down the drain. If he can't make it seem at least somewhat fair, that's why he needs me. Ain't no fun when the rabbit has the pew. Here's our email exchanges. Now, here's the guy that's writing it. Hi, Reeves. Erica reached out to me about your request for an interview. I'm sure you have realized I have a deep distrust of the media right now. The Business Insider article was an all-time character assassination. My instinct tells me the piece you're working on is in the same vein. Of course, nobody writes good articles. Your circle is filled with people I know despise my guts and have written nonstop negative things about me. Having said that, I will agree to sit down in-person interview if we can tape and record for our own purposes. Totally reasonable, by the way. Totally reasonable thing to say. And this is why they say no. Because they know they're going to lie. Hi, Dave. Thanks for getting back to me. I'd be happy to meet in person, and you're welcome to record audio of the interview. But I prefer not to conduct the interview on camera. Does that work for you? No, it doesn't. And why would that be an issue? Dave writes, I want both. Any reason for no video? I'm fine with you recording audio if your concern is making sure your quotes are used accurately and fairly. But I think filming the interview would distract from having a thoughtful conversation that covers everything you and I would want to cover. What? What? No, what this guy wants to do is he doesn't want his face attached to these lies. He knows he's writing lies, and he doesn't want his face attached to them. That's the reason. He writes, I disagree with that. It could be a tripod camera, just stationary. I actually just want to do this because nobody has hated me. Who has hated me has ever had a preconceived notion of me, has ever been willing to sit down, or who has, sorry. But now sure, but not sure, it's just a typo, how video is a distraction. Tons of interviews have videos. He writes back, I'm glad you want to do the interview, but I'm a magazine writer and video interviews are not what I do. I think the recording audio is a reasonable compromise. It's so weird. Why is he so against it? We are more video than audio. Hopefully I don't have to use it if you are fair, but I still don't understand how it affects anything. It's the same exact interview. I'll need audio and video to do it. And I hope he sticks by that. Also, I can shade your face if that's what you're worried about. I wouldn't even offer to do that. And he goes, here. I've made multiple requests to Barstool to interview going back through February and remain interested in including your voice in this story. No, they don't. They don't. But if your primary interest is to produce video content for your podcast or another show, then that's different than conducting an interview for a magazine story. Dude, if Dave does this, I mean, Dave is not an idiot. He has to know that this guy, that it isn't about Dave producing content. And by the way, that's his right. Oh, he did right. He literally wrote, dude, I'm not an idiot. This is supposed to be a 1-2 punch with you and Julia. I know you and Megan Greenwell are BFFs. I'm willing to give you a shot, but I don't trust you as far as I can bully you. I know you've been creeping around my life, snooping in every corner for a scrap so you can just find like the dishonest rat Julia. You're interviewing anyone who hates me, and I'm still willing to give you a shot. But it will be video and audio or nothing at all. You've given me zero explanation why I can't be filmed. For the record, I've got nothing to hide. Seems like you do. You want the interview, I'll give it to you on my terms or go away. P.S. We both know your article is already DOA without me in it because this is a hatchet job Business Insider did to me. I'm throwing you a bone because I do want to talk to somebody who has an agenda already and already hates me like you. Nobody trusts the media anymore because of people like you and your crew. This is just going to look exactly like what if, this is just going to look exactly like what it is if I'm not in it. Another one-sided hit piece from an angry journalist who hates Barstool. We do audio and video or nothing, your call. I'm sure he never heard back. Now, the thing is, they don't want to do the video because he doesn't want his face attached to it. That's the only possible reason that you could say that you don't want to do video. Now, if you want to tell me you're a member of some like, witness protection program or something like that, okay, 1 in a bazillion chance that that's the case. Otherwise, this guy just wants to write what he wants to write. I've been the subject of these type of articles too. The entire thing is written and then they email me and ask me for comment. And after they slander you for 45 paragraphs, at the very end, they'll write, oh, when we reached out for comment, he said he disagrees with this. Anyway, like and share. Absolutely not. This guy is a coward if he doesn't want to interview you to your face. We all know that. The world knows that. Best of luck to Dave Portnoy, and I certainly hope he strongly considers litigating against some of these people because he has the power and the money to do it when a lot of other smaller people don't. And I know that means something to Dave since he looks to take care of small businesses with his Barstool fund. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.